Hello, welcome to Java Programming from CodeBay. In this video, we'll be discussing about what is object-oriented programming, difference between procedural and object-oriented programming languages, and OOP concepts. Let's begin with procedural-oriented programming language. Procedural-oriented programming language can also be called as structured programming languages. The procedural-oriented programming language is a programming paradigm which majorly focuses on functions or procedures instead of data. These functions can also access the data and share the data across multiple functions. That is, when a complex problem has to be solved with the help of procedural-oriented programming language, the whole problem is decomposed or into functions. That is, if this is a particular problem that I need to solve, the whole problem is decomposed into different functions. Function 1, function 2, function 3, function 4. Every function are interrelated to each other. These functions can access each other functions. And these functions can also share the data, which is called as global data. All the functions can share this data. The major problem with this kind of programming is when we change or make changes in a single function, this can make changes or affect the other functions or the data. This can also affect the other functions, or this can also change the data. That means in procedural-oriented programming language, we don't have any control over the data. We don't have any control over data. And the other drawback of procedural-oriented programming languages, as all the functions are interrelated with each other, when we are making the changes in one function, this may also affect the other function. So debugging is also a difficult task. Debugging is also a bit difficult task in procedural-oriented programming language. When a program or when a problem is decomposed into several functions, sometimes we also come across where the same set of statements can be written in multiple functions multiple times. That means this kind of programming language does not support code reusability. They does not support code reusability. These are some of the major drawbacks of procedural oriented programming languages. C, Pascal, Fortran, these are some of the examples of procedural oriented programming languages. Now let's look at the drawbacks of procedural oriented programming languages. As we have discussed, we don't have any control over the data, where all the functions can access this data, This is the first drawback. We cannot reuse the code. Sometimes the same code can be written or need to be written multiple times. And the other major drawback of the procedural-oriented programming language is the security. We cannot hide the data. The data cannot be hidden. That is, it can accessed globally. It can be accessed across multiple functions. The other drawback is procedural-oriented programming languages are not suitable for complex problems. The more complex the problem is, the more difficult it will be handling, or the more it would be difficult for debugging and writing the code, because it consists more number of functions. In order to overcome all the drawbacks of the procedural-oriented programming languages, object-oriented programming languages implemented. In order to overcome all the drawbacks of the procedural-oriented programming language, object-oriented programming languages implemented. This kind of approach is the major use of object-oriented programming language is to eliminate the drawbacks of conventional programming language. is to eliminate the drawbacks of conventional programming language. And it incorporates some new concepts called OOP concepts. In object-oriented programming language, we have some new kind of features called object-oriented programming features or object-oriented programming concepts. In object-oriented programming language, the problem is not decomposed into functions, but it is decomposed into objects. The problem is decomposed into objects. The major advantage of the problem that is decomposed into objects is we have the control over the data and the data can be hidden. So here, when a complex problem has to be solved with the help of object-oriented programming language, the problem is divided into different units, and each unit we call it as an object. Every unit has a function. And all the functions are accessed with the help of objects, where each object or each function can be independently debugged, where this data cannot be shared globally. This is the major advantage of having object-oriented programming language. That is, the problem is decomposed into objects. The emphasis of object-oriented programming language is more on data rather than the procedure. So these are all the major features which motivated the programmers to use object-oriented programming language than the procedure-oriented programming language in solving the complex problems. C++, Java, VB.NET, C#.NET are some of the examples of object-oriented programming language. Now let's look into the major differences between the procedure-oriented programming language and the object-oriented programming language, which emphasized on the need of object-oriented programming language. In procedure-oriented programming language, the problem is decomposed into functions, whereas in object-oriented programming language, the problem is decomposed into objects. We don't have any control over the data in procedure-oriented programming language, whereas in object-oriented programming language, the data can be controlled and the data can also be hidden to the outside world. That means the data is not exposed to the outside world, whereas in procedure-oriented programming language, the data is exposed to the outside world. They does not support the reusability, whereas object-oriented programming language supports reusability. With the help of reusability, we need not, it's not necessary for us to write the same code multiple times. We can write the code once and reuse it whenever it's necessary. So this also releases the excess burden on the programmers. And this also helps in making testing and debugging easier. With the help of reusability, testing and debugging also becomes easier. So as we have already discussed, procedure-oriented programming language is not suitable for complex problems, whereas object-oriented programming language is the better solution for solving the complex problems. Procedure-oriented programming language does not support OOP concepts, whereas object-oriented programming language supports the OOP concept. These are some of the differences between procedure-oriented programming language and object-oriented programming language, which emphasized on the need or the necessity of object-oriented programming language. What are OOP concepts? Any programming language that supports the following features, it can be called as an object-oriented programming language. So these are the OOP concepts, or we can also call them as OOP, object-oriented terminology. The first one is an object. Second one, class. Third one, abstraction, or can also be called as data abstraction. Fourth one, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. If a programming language supports all these features, then we can call it as an object-oriented programming language. So in the next session, we'll be discussing in detail about what are these OOP concepts. Let's understand about what is class, what is object, what is an abstraction, how does they help with respect to programming. So thank you all. Thank you for watching our video.